Welcome to South Coast Radio, and today we're joined by South African gospel recording artist, singer, songwriter, and creative storyteller Jesmé, originally from Uppington in the Northern Cape. And now based in Cape Town, Jesmé has become known for her hopeful and heartfelt story that speaks of faith, healing, encouragement, and God's unfailing presence. From her early beginnings in a musical family to her journey into gospel ministry, Jesmé continues to inspire listeners through songs that create moments of reflection, hope, and encounter with God. She recently released her uplifting new single, Here Is Nog Hier, a powerful reminder that no matter what we face, God remains faithful and present. So let's welcome to the show, Jesmé. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Great to hear from you, Jesmé.
It's so great to hear from you too, and it's so awesome to be chatting with you today. It's an amazing start to an amazing week. I can already see it coming.
Fantastic, that's great to hear. So, Jesmé, let's start at the beginning. Can you tell us a little bit about growing up in Uppington and how music became such an important part of your life?
Okay, so growing up in Uppington and in the church, both sides of my family were involved in music. From my mom and my dad's side in the church, and always making music. My dad was a DJ, and my mom used to just sing the house down. So music was always just a part of me. I remember there's just one distinct memory. I think I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
I was 7 years old, and my dad was just testing his sound equipment on a Saturday, making sure everything is good, because he always used to service his sound equipment. And he had the smoke machine, and he was playing some of my favorite songs, and I said, I want to sing the song. And he gave me a mic, and I was performing at 7 years old in our garage, and that's when I realized I can sing.
Wow.
And all thanks to my parents, and of course then later in school joining the choir, I developed my voice and developed my knowledge for music that I have, further than the foundation that my family already had laid.
Okay, so as you've mentioned, so music seems to have been part of your family from the start. So with your father being a DJ, your mother is singer, and both sides of the family involved in church worship, how did that environment influence you as a young girl?
I think that I was actually a little bit more leaning towards the side of secular music than church music, because I think when growing up, we all will remember MTV Base and Trace and Channel O.
Yes.
Those were kind of our mediums that we were watching, and we found entertainment. So drawing
True.
from that, you always wanted to be. But I mean, later on in life, as I developed my personal relationship with Christ, I found that, ministry is always where I've belonged, and you can't really run away from a foundation that was being laid for you, and it's just something that didn't escape me.
Okay, so you've also mentioned that music is not only a passion but a calling. When did you realize that God was leading you specifically into gospel music and ministry?
What a story, As I said, I wanted to be the next Rihanna or the Beyonce, and I was dabbling into R&B music for some time,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason, I just couldn't understand why I couldn't get to actually releasing the music. It's written. I don't think anyone will ever hear that music, and it will ever see the light of day.
Wow.
But it was something I truly enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then my mom revealed to me, she always used to tell me as a young girl, I prayed for you. I really prayed for you. She had struggled with infertility. She struggled for 6 years after my eldest brother to have a child.
Yeah.
And she told me that she prayed to God, and she asked, if you give me a beautiful baby girl with brown eyes and big, beautiful, curly brown hair, and you just give me everything I'm laying before you, I promise you, I will give her back to you. And it reminded me of the scripture where Hannah prayed for her son Samuel, and then eventually God called him. And then I realized that's the prayer my mom made, and the promise she made God, the agreement and the covenant she made with God. And so I really had no choice. And it's as much as it sounds like I'm bound by something, no, it's just that I realized the reason why I struggled for so long to dabble into music and to get into music is because that wasn't where I was supposed to be. And God is showing me every single day with the impact that my music is making that this is where I belong. And I couldn't be more grateful and more humbled and more privileged to have been able to hear His call over my life so clearly.
That's awesome, Jesmé. And so your personal testimony includes a season where you explored secular music before feeling called back to ministry. What was that journey like, and how did it shape who you are today?
Man, I think that there were many opportunities for my life to go very sideways. You know, you want to fit into friends, and you want to fit into what your friends are doing and what people are doing. And I'm really, I want to say fortunate enough. I can't say lucky. You know, this is all God's hand, that He always pulled me out of the danger right before I stepped in. There's something I heard over the weekend over TikTok that said, you know, embrace the conviction God gives you, while conviction is the only consequence. And so conviction was always the first warning. And the impact that has had over my life has been amazing. But beyond that, seeing what the music has done for everyone and in their lives, and the testimonies I've been hearing that people were about to end their lives, people were about to walk away from everything, people were about to, you know, just abandon everything they've known. And then my song popped up, and I'm like, me? What? and then it confirms that's only God and His grace moving through people. And I realized the power of music so beautifully in everyone's lives.
It's really awesome, Jesmé. So let's talk about your new single. What inspired the Here Is Nog Hier, and what message did you want listeners to hear through this song?
Yes. I'm so excited to talk about this. So Lorenzo Davids and I wrote it because we were sitting down and just trying to think about what is an anthem that we can kind of write, something that, I mean, can become an earworm, and something that where the lyrics are kind of just imprinted in your mind. So the question asks, why have you lost hope? God is still here. And it's a reminder to always keep your eye onto the hope that God is giving you. Keep your eye fixed on Him. We are in the midst of a lot of things. Struggle in every kind of way. So much hurt and loss. And the news is just becoming a nightmare every single day. I don't have to go into that. You know, I don't have to. I mean, because we can talk for hours if we start talking about what has been happening in the world.
True, that's right.
And it's very easy for us to lose the last bit of hope that we have.
Yeah.
And when it comes to us personally, we know what the economy is looking like at the moment. We know how much everything is inflating, and it's putting such a damper on us because we are working towards almost nothing. And that's what most people are feeling today. And then beyond that, then you have grief, and then you have things that happen to you that you did not deserve and that you did not ask for, and you are wondering why is good things happening to other people on the outside but not to me. And the thing is that the song is trying to come in because I'm asking a very heavy question: why have you lost hope? And I'm asking that right throughout the song, but at the same time it has this wonderful bouncy dance music which is trying to program you into thinking that, because when you listen further to the song, it says, He's your mighty warrior.
Yeah.
He's your wonderful counselor. And His word never returns void. Which means everything He started in your life, He will bring into fruition. In Genesis, God said, let there be light. And later in the Bible, we learn that we are the salt and light of the earth, which means that in the beginning, when he created everything, during the creation, he already thought of you and thought the world might be a better place, which means everything will come into fruition over your life. I'm not asking you to cheer up and ignore and just be happy-go-lucky and avoid things that are going on in your life. I'm not asking you to be insensitive about it and ignorant about it. I'm asking you, though, to not lose hope. Even if your hope is hanging by a thread, let that thread be the hem of his garment. Let that thread be the thing that strengthens you, so that you know there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, because we are the light. He said, let there be light. So he will never just leave you in the dark. He will always pull you out of your valley. And it's asking you to not lose hope at the end, because he's always going to be there for you. His word you can depend on.
That's really awesome, Jesmé. And so the song asks a powerful question, which is Waarom het jy moed verloor? Why was it important for you to address discouragement and doubt in this song?
I think it's because I had to look at my own life, to be very honest with you. And Lorenzo can say the same thing about when he sometimes can reflect on moments in his life.
Yeah.
It's so funny that before the song was released, I was just going through this horrific spiritual almost kind of warfare, and I'm just down. I wish everyone in the world was a fly on the wall when they saw me crying every night and just laying on my mom's lap and asking my mom, why is life going like this for me right now? And then she asks me the question that I wrote in the song, why have you lost hope?
Yeah.
God is still here. And that's when I realized the importance of that question. Why have you lost hope? What do you mean you lost hope? You can lose your happiness for a moment. That's fine. You can even lose your upbeat person. You can lose. That can be in the back for a second. That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you don't lose hope, because with hope comes faith.
Yeah.
And that is what we need every single day to move the way we move. That is what got you up this morning. The fact that he's not done with you yet. The fact that you woke up, which means there's still a plan over your life. There's still his purpose over your life. He's not done with you yet.
Yeah.
And that is the reminder all of us need. And I even want to go as far as saying that people may look at my life or other people's lives and think, she just has the best life ever. Her songs are doing great. She just always looks so happy and so positive.
Yeah.
But I think the most important thing people can take away from it is that I'm only here by God's grace.
Yeah.
Because if I had given up hope, if I had just thrown in the towel, I wouldn't have been sitting here talking to you today.
True.
There were many things that could have caused me to say goodbye to this world and never wake up again. I was there.
Sure.
I was there even in the beginning of this year. I was there. There are moments where, sometimes life is too much to bear, and I still think, if I just go, things might be better. But then the reminder comes in, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. You have a purpose, you have a plan. Step into it. Walk into it. And love it. Breathe it. Because he's not done with you yet. So if I had given up hope about a few years ago, I wouldn't have had the honor and privilege to be talking to you today.
True. That's really awesome, Jesmé. Now, even though the song touches on disappointment and uncertainty, it also carries a joyful and uplifting sound. Why do you choose to pair such an encouraging message with a celebratory musical style?
Yeah, so I believe I'm classically trained in music, and I very early have studied the psychological effects compositions like Beethoven's Symphony No. 5 or works of Mozart would have on children. So very early I learned that the psychology behind music and the science behind music is very, very, very important. There's something that without even lyrics coming into the song, there's something that music does to your brain chemistry that already determines what you are supposed to be feeling and experiencing through that. So Lorenzo produced it incredibly, and he just, with every single layer of instrument that he added, it was just so powerful because it's full of bells, and it's there's such whimsical sounds that also come in, the horns that are so celebratory. It's to remind you that there is an end to your suffering. Romans said your present suffering is nothing compared to the future glory you will experience and you will live in. So the music is the heart behind the music, and the intention behind it is to instill that hopefulness within you. So if the lyrics can't do that for you right now, that's okay. But just if you listen to the song, let something in your brain just it's gonna start registering into your body, and you're gonna start believing that, oh, I can't lose hope.
Awesome, Jesmé. And many people may know you from your work beyond music as a presenter, content creator, makeup artist, hairstylist, and academic. How do all these different parts of your life contribute to your creativity and ministry?
I think that all of these things involve working with people, and when I have to do hair, I have to sit and listen to people's stories. And when I am doing content creation, it's because I was sitting listening to people's stories and learning from their stories. The television show Africa from Within required of me to go and learn conservation stories. Everything is storytelling. And then it's my research. At the heart, I'm a researcher and I'm curious. And what inspires that curiosity is human interaction. Why do we do the things the way that we do? Yeah. Why do we understand things the way that we do? Why is a hug enough to repair a relationship after an argument, for example? Interactions like that always fascinate me. So it's through interacting with people. I think that's also the Christian way to do it. Go and interact with people. Go and fellowship with people, and connect heart to heart and soul to soul with people. So with that, I think it translates directly into my music because it's all real. It's nothing we haven't experienced. I always say that everything we experience on this earth is not isolated. It really isn't. And the moment we can translate that into music, that you are not alone where you are right now, is what can get people out of any circumstance, of any kind of hold over their minds that they may have.
Really awesome stuff, Jesmé. So as your journey continues, what can listeners look forward to from you in the months ahead?
Oh, they can expect so much. I'm busy with so much more music, and I'm going to be traveling all over the country, and people are welcome to invite me. They can find me on my social media, my booking details, so that I can come and be with you guys and spend time with you guys. And I'm going to Namibia, which is also just so awesome. I'm really just this year, and what people can look forward to is just me going and being a vessel of God to go and proclaim His word, and reaching the hearts that He is calling me to reach, so that He can just use me as that instrument at that moment. And if I can be so bold to say, it doesn't just have to be me. I'm not that. It's not me. He can use you, listener, as that instrument as well. Just avail 100%. Yourself to Him. You can also go change that person's life. It's not about me or my platform or the fact that I'm Jesmé and I'm putting music out. No, it's about Him. And He sees me and you the same. He sees all of us the same. Any celebrity or billionaire or important person that you see out in this world is the exact same as you. As long as you avail yourself as an instrument.
That's 100% correct. That's true, Jesmé. And while you were at it a moment ago, relating to your social platforms, where can the listeners follow you online as well as find your music also?
Yes, So my main platforms are Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. They can also find me on YouTube. They can just search my name, Jesmé, and I promise you, I will be in your face. I will pop up. I absolutely will. And my music is no, for real. And my music is available on every streaming platform. Whatever your preference is, it will be there. YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify. Anyway, what your preference is. So go listen to it, allow for it to mean something to you, and just, create your personal relationship behind that, with that song.
Wow, that's really awesome, Jesmé. Now, before we let you go, what encouragement would you like to share with someone listening today who may be facing disappointment or unanswered prayers or a difficult season?
If I can remind them that Jesus is in your boat and he is asleep during the storm, which means you have nothing to worry about. Yeah. I know that the storm you are in, the unanswered question, what you feel like is an unanswered prayer, believe me, I have a couple of those too. I have a couple of those where I just sit and say, Lord, please, can you, hi, do you see me? I'm reminded that I just have to look down and realize he's sleeping during my storm.
Yeah.
Which means I have nothing to worry about. You woke up for a reason today. Every day you wake up means that his work within your life and what you are meant to do and the difference you need to make on this planet is not done yet. I promise you it's within you. It's within all of us. Just allow yourself. And the thing is, all of us are born with abilities and talents.
Yeah.
Multiple, mind you.
True.
Sit with yourself. Discover what you are good at. It might even be more than one thing. I promise you, that thing is what's going to make you stand out and be the difference that the world needs to see.
Wow, that's really awesome to hear, Jesmé. And thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your story and heart behind the music. It's really awesome having you with us today.
Thank you so much. It's absolutely been an honor and privilege speaking with you, Ryan. Thank you so much.
No problem. You're most welcome. And to the listeners, that was South African gospel artist Jesmé talking about her journey and her inspiring new single, Here Is Nog Hier. And so be sure to stream the song on all major digital platforms and follow Jesmé for more music that brings hope, healing, and encouragement.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.